4,000 city buildings, about 1,000 megawatt load, $1 billion energy bill per year. So it's a very aggressive target, but at the same time, the thing that has struck me is just a tremendous opportunity for testing technologies and testing policies on buildings that we have absolute control over. Over 10,400 megawatts of capacity within the New York City area, most of the traditional generation capacity, only about 6 megawatts of solar and renewables, I should say. But so there's just a ways to go, and we do see some great opportunities on the horizon, which I want to spend a little bit of time talking about. But I also think we really need to raise our sights and raise our expectations. When I first came down here 2 years ago from working at the Public Service Commission, I asked what the goals were, our goals were for solar, and someone said, well, we have a 2 megawatt target, and we're going to try to achieve that target. And it just struck me that, wow, we got to start thinking bigger than that. Another thing that we're working on is establishing solar zones within the city of New York. We received a little bit over $1 million from DOE as part of the Solar American Cities Award. Where does Con Ed have the greatest system need on the distribution system? Where do we have an abundance of flat roofs? We're going to put together a solar mapping product. So very similar to something you've probably seen, some of you may have seen that San Francisco has, where you can go to any location using Google Maps, find your building and get an estimate of the potential output of a PV system on your site. But at the same time, we'll be able to match it with the Con Ed network that you're in and try to get an idea of are there system characteristics that really benefit from having that PV, or maybe there's some impediments. And the goal is to develop what we're referring to as a virtual generator, where we're actually bidding into the wholesale markets on a real-time basis, directly competing with traditional generation. And we hope to get that up to 100 megawatts of biddable demand-side management in a relatively short order. So it's $300 million out, about $5 million has come back to New York City so far. So we've been taking a very aggressive position up in Albany to try to deal with that regional inequity problem. We are still dealing with above market costs for all these technologies. There are a lot of challenges out there that we need to tackle, but at the same time, I think there are opportunities, and there on the horizon are great opportunities, in fact, for us to take that 6 megawatts of solar and renewables that we have right now and really make it an important cog in the energy infrastructure of New York.
A couple anemometers or a dozen anemometers up in different places for 4 or 5 years, and then choose the best result. That's not the way we think makes sense. So
we're getting into the city, and you can notice that if I can go backwards, no, I can't. But you see that turbines are on the kind of leading edge of buildings where you see the wind flow is coming from, and not certainly back here behind buildings where it's being blocked. And so this is part of the analysis that needs to be done when you make decisions about where to site a small wind turbine. And then you see here, this is the tallest building in this area. So we were able to get this to start up passively, as well as generate high efficiencies, which frankly pushes the whole state-of-the-art of vertical axis turbines in this product. It's patent pending along with the wind analytics product. And we are going to be doing our first couple beta projects over the next few months. Our first project is going to be up in Columbia County. And then with the EDC's guidance and assistance, we'll be doing a couple projects in the city.
Solar One runs the Energy Smart Communities program. That's basically NYSERDA's marketing and outreach economic development arm, and we do that for the downstate South region, which again is Manhattan and Staten Island. But just before I get into the 3 different funding opportunities that are available for the product manufacturers, I did want to elaborate a little bit on the other incentives that we have. But before I do that, I just wanted to get an idea of who's in the crowd. So is there anyone here that's developing products or expanding their manufacturing line? 1176. This PON, when I say PON, that basically means Program Opportunity Notice. And this PON is for Renewable Clean Energy and Energy Efficiency Product Manufacturing Incentives. So the program goals is to create greater availability of renewable, clean, energy efficient products in the New York market, develop a strong, clean energy industry, create jobs, and increase the deployment of made in New York technologies. Because what we're trying to shy away from is, not just to have products that are developed abroad or solar panels that you're getting from China, but then to be able to create jobs and to be able to, increase the capacity that we have within our local territory, and have that, made in New York labeling. So the individuals that are able to propose for this specific PON are current manufacturers of eligible products, and maximum per project is 1.5 million.
My name is John Humphrey. I'm one of the co-founders of Solega and Sustainable Energy Partners. We are a tenant here. Solega's first product is the InstaRack. It's a solar racking system. You can see an example of it on the floor here. It is available now. Not right now, but you can order it. And so we've been in this acre space here for about 3 months. It's been really awesome. This is a lot of really cool things happening, coming together, a lot of connections. And why do we do this? My fiending is magic in there that I can't explain right now, but it works. This stuff they've been making PV cells since the 50s. Hasn't really changed all that much in that much time. So, what's going on here? Well, obviously price is an issue. One of the things that our product tries to, was designed to address, is bringing down the total install cost. So what we did was try to simplify the process of actually putting the panels on the roof. I have some very simplified numbers on cost per watt installed. They're sort of rounded numbers. If there's any solar nerds here, don't pick apart my numbers too much. But this is where the market is today in the U.S. in a mature market. And by reducing the labor cost, which is a significant part of it, we can bring the total cost down. If the panels were free, which they're not, but if they were, it would still cost more than $1 a watt to install a PV system. And $1 a watt is really what people are saying is the price that we should hit to be competitive with coal. Now, granted, customers, solar installers as well. I'm going to talk a little bit about how the solar market is segmented, and there's residential systems. I'm not going to talk about residential systems. I try to avoid them. But in a commercial setting, we have here an example of a recent project we did, and we've got here solar PV on one side and solar thermal covering the other half of the roof. Solar thermal generates hot water, PV generates electricity. It's powering the lights and elevators, and this is for a mixed-use building. And a hybrid system like that is actually quite nice because